Hello ladies, I want to take a few minutes to discuss the project in a little bit more detail so that whenever you get into class on Monday you can hit the ground running and have as much research time as possible. Now this screen should look vaguely familiar from Thursday when we just introduced the 5 different civilizations that you can research. The one new addition is the project groups. Open that up whenever you get a chance and see which civilization you have been assigned and what group members are going to be with you. Now I'm going to look into one of these folders. Every single one should be the same except for the independent readings. So in everybody's folder you should have links to more readings, group organization checklist, and project instructions. You will have different readings based on your tribe, so that's why we have different folders. Some readings are longer than others. It just depends on how much extra stuff I found in the book I was using at the time. So I want to go over the project instructions first. Now, your main goal is to create a presentation that discusses your particular civilization. You're going to present it to the class, and the schedule is now up on Dash Connect, so check it out. And you can use a PowerPoint, you can use a Prezi, or you can use another form of visual presentation if you wish, like making posters, for example. There's a lot of poster board in my room. If you decide to do that one, just my one warning is your poster needs to have a lot of details. It needs to have pictures, it needs to have information, and it can be decorated, but if you spend more time decorating than you do on the actual poster, the information on the poster points will be taken off. So please keep that in mind as you go. Now you're going to present this as a theme. So this is how I'm kind of making this project personalized for each person in the group. So you might be going, what is a theme, Mrs. Massey? Well, a theme is something that is a broad concept that you can see from civilization to civilization. So, for example, you can analyze and research the environment of just about any civilization in existence. Or actually, you can for any civilization. So, for example, the environment of the Hittites, you can explain what it was like to live there. You know, was it dry? Was it wet? Did it have a lot of vegetation? Where was it located on the map? You can do the same exact thing if you wanted to describe the United States or an ancient Chinese empire. So a theme is something that translates over time, but it's a really broad topic that you can use to discuss whatever topic you're given. So another theme, possible theme, is architecture. So maybe your civilization is known for having really unique buildings. Buildings were a new thing coming up in the Mesopotamian region. So this is something that some of your civilizations, some of the civilizations you are researching may have available to you. Some of you may not be able to research architecture because it's just not in recorded history. So I guess the other point I'm trying to make about your themes is not every single theme will fit with the research that you're able to find. So as you go, each of you needs to pick a theme. So every person in the group should have a different one, and that's the one that you're responsible for. So notice I listed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different themes, and I said you can pick other ones if you wish. The groups are no larger than 4, so you will not be covering every single thing about your particular civilization. I want you to research what interests you, and that's how we're going to approach this project. Now, in addition to finding a theme, don't you love word? In addition to finding a theme, you are also required to find an additional research source than what I've given you. So if you look back at the website, I've given you a reading that I've taken from a book, and I've also given you a file that's called Links to More Readings. Now the links to more readings looks like this. Divided up by civilization, and I've given you the pages from the textbook that you can use. I've given you another website that has more information, and I've given you this other one. Now this ancient civilization kind of encyclopedia, you can research a whole bunch of different things on that particular website. So I took you to the home page for your particular civilization, but you can research all sorts of things about each tribe within that website. So that's what this is for. So you need to find something in addition to this. Now, if you find another web page in this from this website, for example, I'll let that count. Britannica and World Book are also excellent resources. Going back to the instructions. So you need to do one more resource, and you need to do a works cited for it. So here we go, presentation. So what is it supposed to look like? Now I'm talking about it from the point of view of if you do it in a PowerPoint. If you do it in another format, you just need to make sure that you have just as much information as you would have if you did a PowerPoint. So each group member must have 2 slides that they're responsible for to describe their theme. So if you have 4 group members, you're going to have 8 slides worth of information. So again, if you choose another format, make sure that you have that much information included. Now each slide should have at least one photo that addresses what you were discussing. Now notice what I put here. No purple unicorns, etc. I think we all know what I'm referring to. Your image needs to directly correlate with what you are talking about. None of these ancient civilizations worshipped, fictitious creatures. So if you're talking about the Hittite gods, you need to have a picture of the Hittite gods, or a picture of the temple that they worship the Hittite gods in, or something of that nature. Now the information on the slides needs to be in bulleted form. Please do not give me complete sentences or great big paragraphs. They're hard to read, and I expect you to explain the elements that you researched in more detail than is on your slide. So if you just have the god's name, I want you to explain who the god is and why they worshipped him when you present to the class. So try to keep your slides uncluttered. Now here I say you'll have 2 days to complete your research. You'll actually have 3 total. So you have 3 days to complete it. The day that you present, you'll have 5 to 10 minutes at the beginning of class to kind of meet with your group, make sure you don't have any loose ends. And here's the big one. I want you to give me a status report every single day. So after your group is finished, I want you to pick somebody in your group, and they are to email me and say, this is where our group is, this is what we have planned to do tomorrow, and just kind of an overall, update. Did you have any issues? If there's anything you need me to help with for the next class, let me know. I just want you to communicate with me in that way. Now the last thing is to help you guys get organized on Monday. So the group organization checklist. So what civilization am I researching? You get that from the group list. And this chart is to help you kind of figure out exactly what everybody is supposed to do so that there's an agreement. So let's say we have Cece, we have Hope, we have Amber, and we have Owens. I know you're not all in the same class, I'm just making up the names. So each of you needs to pick your own theme. Let's say the first theme is appearance. Hope wants to do religion. Amber would like to do location. And Owens would like to do warfare. Okay, so each time you email me, it would be nice if I got an updated copy of this attached so that I can see, all right, this is where we're at with our theme, or hey, Hope couldn't find a whole lot on the religion, so she changed themes, and then she's kind of adjusting what she's doing. Now, with the tasks for day 1 and day 2, I'm going to update this after I make this video, so that because there is a 3rd day of research. So I want you to kind of give me a brief outline, what I plan to do on day 1, what I plan to do on day 2, and what you plan to do on day 3. Now, as you get finished, just let me know, hey, I got more done than this, I got less done than this. It just helps me see what everybody is doing. And then I want you to tell me what resources you use. So if it's the reading that I posted online, just type it in, say PDF from Dash Connect. If it's your textbook, put the textbook. If it's a link to a website, paste it in here. I just want to see that you are keeping track of your resources and you're actually using more than what I gave you. I think that's about it as an overview. So if you have any questions, please email me, and I will see you next week.